My working experience is both as a worker in cultural and creative sectors, as a journalist, editor, but I've been as well a managing director in some of these jobs, publishing houses, newspapers. I've done a lot of recruitment in this field with graphic designers, photographers, journalists, writers in many aspects of the fields. Uh, and so I've seen both sides of the assessment of the transversal skills. Well, I think I have clear what the transversal skills are, and I count them important for the creative and cultural sectors. Having an experience from both sides of the spectrum, I've seen that the transversal skills are quite important at the recruitment stadium. Me personally, I've considered them quite important, but I've seen also being assessed by others that interpersonal skills and um media and information literacy are quite important at the recruitment stadium. Cultural and creative sector has to do with many people. You engage with others, so these skills are of great importance because you have to deal with them. Uh, you have to follow certain guidelines. You have to respect the others' opinions and ideas. Generally, I think on both sides of the spectrum, these skills are important. There are certain types of organizations and certain types of jobs in these fields. So I wouldn't say that the same skills are equal in different jobs. When you have big organizations with many people working there, of course, interpersonal skills are the major, the most important. Uh, when you have low-level organizations, I think information literacy uh, tends to be one skill that it is of great importance. My education goes back in late 80s and early 90s, so I think a lot of things have changed since then. Of course, there is a gap between the things we learned at the university and the things that being asked at the working place. I think it still exists a gap between education and working place. This gap is more serious as far as the personality concerns. Personality skills are not learned through education. You tend to learn them inside the workplace. Maybe these are two distinct things, the education and the workplace. Of course, it can be better, it may take improvements, it can be bridged in some ways, and some other ways it cannot. Uh, Clearly, the personal skills are, you have to work on them inside the workplace. But there are other things that the educational sector could be very significant, such as the information literacy, the diversity, respect for the others and the others' cultures. All these things, I think education can help. But as far as the interpersonal skills, maybe it's a little more difficult, in my opinion.